Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Garage Gameday Sports Podcast. My name is Louie. I'm your host. It's pretty football heavy today with news of the NFL schedule release. We've got some tricklings of the schedule coming out today. The official schedule will make its way out tomorrow evening, but we've got some early noteworthy games. We've got some big ones. We're also going to talk the college football plans for the 12-team playoff starting in the 2024-2025 season. And also, I want to talk the Dallas Cowboys and offer my predictions on how I think the 18-week schedule will play out. Let's go ahead and get started. Feel free to smash that subscribe, smash that like, drop us a comment, let us know what you think of the show. We're available on all socials, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Google, wherever you get your podcast. Let's go ahead and dive in. I want to talk the NFL schedule. We've got 5 international games this year, 3 in London, 2 in Germany. The Jacksonville Jaguars are going to be the first NFL team to play back-to-back games across the pond. They kick things off week 4 at Wembley Stadium, hosting the Atlanta Falcons. Then they turn around and take on the Buffalo Bills as a designated road team in week 5. Week 6 sees the Ravens and the Titans clash at Tottenham, as the Jaguars and Bills also will. Then week 9, we head to Germany. Dolphins at the Chiefs. That should be a barn burner. 2 contenders and, of course, the defending Super Bowl champs. Week 10 sees the Colts as the road team taking on the Patriots. And then that would conclude the 5-game international slate. We've got our first ever Black Friday game set to tip. The Dolphins and the Jets in week 12. That's, of course, part of the Thanksgiving weekend. That should be a huge one. Huge divisional implications. Tua, Aaron Rodgers, AFC East playoff and potential playoff implications there. And then a Christmas Day triple header. We've got 3 games. We don't know where we're starting the day. We don't know where we're ending the day. But we've got our 3:30 p.m. matchup settled. The Giants at the Eagles. 4:30 Eastern, 3:30 Central on Fox. A rematch of their NFC divisional playoff game. We hope, at least from a competitive standpoint, that the game goes a little better and a little closer than their playoff matchup. So looking forward to that one as well. New Year's Eve, this will conclude the slate they've announced so far. Bengals at the Chiefs, 3:25 Central on CBS. New Year's Eve. Of course, this is a rematch of the AFC Championship game, won 23-20 by Kansas City en route to winning another Super Bowl. No conflict with the college football playoff this year, by the way. The first thing I thought of was, oh, are we going head-to-head with a college football playoff here? Because I hadn't really looked ahead that far down the road, December 31st of next year. No conflict with the college football playoff. There are games December 29th, the 30th, and January 1st. The 2 college football playoff semifinals will be played, I'm assuming, the afternoon and the night game on January 1st, so no direct conflict with college football or their playoff, but should it make for a huge few days in the NFL and college football playoff landscape. And I want to touch up on each game just real quick. Falcons at Jaguars, starting us off at Wembley. It's going to be Bijan Robinson's international debut. I can't wait to see what he's going to go and do with Atlanta. That patented high-octane offense, it looks like they are really putting some pieces together. Cordero Patterson, Drake London, Kyle Pitts, and of course got Desmond Ridder under center. Taking on the Jaguars fresh off their playoff appearance. Of course, we all remember that comeback win over the Chargers, and then pushing the Chiefs pretty heavily in that divisional round playoff game, so I can't wait to see that one. Then Jacksonville probably just stay the course and stay there an extra week as they take on the Bills. Trevor Lawrence, Josh Allen. Team on the rise, of course, in the Jaguars versus the Bills, a team trying to make that leap from very good to elite. We've seen it on occasion, but we want to see that huge breakout performance from Josh Allen that'll help elevate them, to the Chiefs level and to the Eagles level of those teams of recent years. Week 6, Ravens at Titans. Lamar Jackson and that new look offense. How's that multi-$100 million man going to look with some new weapons around him? Odell Beckham Jr., of course, signed. Zay Flowers drafted. So I can't wait to see. You still got Rashad Bateman and that high-powered offense for the Ravens, rushing attack, taking on King Henry and the Titans. I wouldn't expect a ton of points in this one, but I would expect a slugfest to end things in London. Germany, Tyreek Hill And the Dolphins taking on his former team in the Kansas City Chiefs, the defending Super Bowl champs. Um, the Dolphins, we saw, were a playoff team last year. Lost in the wild card round, but had major injuries to Tua, and were having to start second, third string quarterbacks, and really limped into the playoffs and could never really get anything going. So I'd be interested to see if Tua can go that long in the season without injury, how they would fare against the Chiefs across the pond. And then possibly a chess match with the Colts and Patriots. Bill Belichick, we know what he loves to do against rookie quarterbacks. And he's got Mac Jones, whether Mac Jones is still the quarterback or whether a change is made to Bailey Zappi, or, we don't really know how committed he is to Mac Jones right now. But taking on Jonathan Taylor and the rookie quarterback Anthony Richardson, who I would assume we would see by week 10, possibly even before then. So that would be an interesting one. So all these international games all have some sort of dynamic, some sort of storyline behind them. So this is a magnificent group of 5 games here. No real snoozers here like we've had in the past, where we've had a really good team, a contender against a bottom feeder, and it was just a blowout. So I'm really interested to see all these games. Then, of course, Dolphins at Jets, Black Friday. We already touched up on that one. AFC East matchup, playoff implications, division implications, and then the Giants, Eagles, NFC East, and playoff implications. And then the New Year's Eve slate, Bengals at Chiefs. I can't wait for that one, a rematch of the AFC title game. And who knows, they could be playing for home field advantage again and a first-round bye in the playoffs. So huge implications there. So I can't wait to see that, and I can't wait to see how the rest of the schedule shapes up. We'll find that out tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. The official schedule release for all 32 teams will drop tomorrow. We don't want to miss that. But I'm going to switch gears here to college football. The 12-team playoff, the format and the schedule has been released for the 2024 and 2025 seasons. The first round, which is going to be your matchups, your 5-12, 6-11, 7-10, 8-9 matchups. Those 4 will be hosted on campus. On-campus sites, I believe, dictated by the home team. So there could be a scenario where a team, say a pass-happy team from a cold weather state, a Big Ten state, or a Big Ten conference or something like that, would choose to instead play in a dome stadium. I think that option right now seems to be on the table, but I would expect those 4 teams that would earn the right to host a first-round game, that they would have it at their home stadium. So the schedule right now, December 20th, December 21st would be the schedule. You have 1 game on the 20th, 3 games on the 21st. Not really my cup of tea. I'd prefer for them to be split down the middle, but to each his own. The quarterfinals would then be the following week. The 4 highest Power 5 champs that get buys in the quarterfinals would be the designated home teams, but you would have them at the designated bowl areas. Tuesday, December 31st, that's New Year's Eve, the Fiesta Bowl. Wednesday, January 1st, New Year's Day, 3 games, the Peach Bowl, Rose Bowl, and Sugar Bowl. So all 4 of those would be at their designated stadiums where these bowls are usually played, so there's no more home field advantage for any teams. Semifinals, Thursday, January 9th, Friday, January 10th. I'm a big fan of this. I know it's Thursday, Friday, it's not exactly weekend, but they would be competing directly with the NFL and Wildcard Weekend if they did that. They chose not to do that, so football lovers like you and I get to enjoy a semifinal on Thursday, a semifinal on Friday, Wildcard Weekend Saturday, Wildcard Weekend Sunday. So it would be 4 absolutely massive days across the NFL and college football landscape. And then the national championship game then getting pushed about a week or so, 2 weeks out actually. January 20th would be the national championship game. So for me, this schedule works all the way around. I think it's awesome. You're pushing the title game back just 2 weeks. You're still not stepping on the toes of the NFL. The NFL still gets their wildcard weekend. They still get divisional weekend. The quarterfinals aren't really bothered because it's New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. People are off anyway. The first round of games, December 20th and 21st, those are usually the early bowl games, the LA Bowl and the Little Cure Bowl and stuff like that. So for those bowls, they could suffer. But as far as a whole college football, I love this format. I love the scheduling, and I love how you're just going back to back to back between college football and NFL. So it's going to be an awesome, awesome time for NFL lovers and college football lovers like me. This takes place 2024 and 2025. This was just released a couple of days ago, so we'll see how that goes. Now, going to my Dallas Cowboys. The schedule, like I said, drops drops tomorrow, actually. The official schedule for all 32 NFL teams drops tomorrow. I'm giving predictions for the Dallas Cowboys as far as where I think games will end up, and I've taken into account the games that have already been announced because we play several teams that have already had games on their schedule filled out, so I tried my best to take into account those teams already and those weeks, so we're not double dipping. When I first looked at the schedule, I said, I want Jets Cowboys for Thanksgiving. I wanted that, but then I remembered, Black Friday, this is the next day, Dolphins Jets. Would be kind of hard to play two games in 2 days for the Jets, so that unfortunately was off the table. Yeah, well, you would have to shuffle like the Dolphins around, the Bills around because of the games that they already have scheduled for the international slate early in the year, and then you'd have to figure they'd probably get a bye week the week after that, so that's 2 weeks taken off for all those teams. So see, I'm going to start the season versus the Giants. I assume we're playing the Giants because it seems like every year we start the season playing the Giants at home. I'm going to go Giants week 1. 3 road games in a row, weeks 2 through 4. At Carolina to take on the Panthers. At the Dolphins, still kind of same proximity, although the Cowboys will probably be trekking home in between games anyway. But you got the Panthers in Carolina, the Dolphins in Miami, week 3, and then our second divisional game at the Commanders in Washington, week 4. Week 5 is the week that I'm picking the Cowboys to host the Jets and Aaron Rodgers, the man who has terrorized us year after year after year at Cowboy Stadium. I'm putting it early in the season, so if he does own us again, it won't hurt too bad because it's early in the year and we have the rest of the season to recover. So I'm putting the Jets at week 5. Week 6, hosting the Rams, the LA Rams. I know the defending champs, or the champs from 2 years ago, really fell off a cliff last year. So in the event Rodgers does own us in Jerry World, we would bounce back nicely against the Rams. But then 2 tough teams before the bye week. I have week 7 at the 49ers. I feel like that would be a huge game. We don't know the status of Brock Purdy and if he's going to be 100% from that injury he sustained last year, or if Trey Lance would be in the fold. So who knows? Week 8 versus the Eagles, the first of 2 matchups against the defending NFC champions before we hit our bye week, week 9. Then the second half of the season, we kick off hosting the Commanders. We already played them on the road. I have us hosting the Commanders week 10 before a road trip to LA to take on the Chargers week 11. Week 12 is the Thanksgiving game that I had penciled in now against the Patriots. I would love to see Patriots and Cowboys just because of the star on the helmet, Jerry Jones, Bill Belichick. The big sexy names are all there for Thanksgiving. So give me the Patriots on Thanksgiving. Week 13, I put at the Bills because sometimes they schedule us a Thursday after Thanksgiving, the following Thursday game, or sometimes you get a week and a half off and you get the Sunday following, so you get basically 10 days off. It would make more sense if they did that. Instead of, just the basic week, we get an extra 3 days before the Bills game. Then you got to turn around, host the Seahawks. You'd have a home game, so it would kind of work that way. Week 14 against Seattle. 3 of the last 4 I have on the road, so I'm really hoping the Cowboys rack up some wins here, so that way they've got a little cushion and a little bit of breathing room in case things get tough the last 4 weeks. Week 15 at the Giants. Week 16 at the Cardinals. The Cardinals just always seem like a late season game for us to play against them. I know we've played them on, I think, Christmas Eve or Christmas Day before. I don't know. They seem to maybe be a popular team because it's a dome team, so weather won't really play too big a factor. But it always seems like we play them late, and we play the Giants early. That's why I scheduled them early, and I scheduled the Panthers early. That one just kind of screams a week 2, week 3, week 4 game. Week 17, last home game, hosting the Detroit Lions, who I think will be a surprise team, and I'm calling it right now. I have the Detroit Lions winning the NFC North. So this game would be somewhat of a joke or an easy game or a glorified bye week in weeks past. Not this year. Not with the coaching they have with Dan Campbell and with the offensive firepower that they now possess, especially adding Jahmyr Gibbs and Sam Laporta with that team. That would be a tough game. and a tough grab, especially ahead of a Week 18 showdown. If you've done the math, you know what team is missing. It's the Philadelphia Eagles. I have Week 18 at the Eagles to close out the season. Could very well be for the NFC East, for a first-round bye, a home playoff game. Implications could be huge there. So I'm definitely looking at that schedule. We'll see how many I get right. I like doing this prediction thing. I did the NFL the draft, the first round, and I got the first 3 picks right, and I think I got one more after that, and I went 4 for 31. But hey, when you miss one, things go downhill real fast when you're doing a mock draft. So I just wanted to do that for kicks and giggles. With the schedule coming out tomorrow, I thought, what the heck, I'm gonna give it a go and see how many of these I get right. I wouldn't be surprised if I get like 3. So the bye week, putting it between weeks 8 and 10 just kind of seems balanced, because you would hope you don't get an early or late bye week. And I know some teams are going to get that. It just makes for a really long slog of one half of the season, depending where that bye falls out. So that's why I stuck it at week 9. I figure you get 8 games a bye week and then 9 games. And it's not too front loaded or back loaded. But just an awesome slate of games right now that have been announced, and then the rest, of course, coming tomorrow. And then the college football playoff, I cannot wait for that to kick in. I wish it was kicking in this year. We've still got the 14 playoff, but then the 2024-2025 season will be in full swing. So that's going to do it for this episode of Garage Game Day Sports. My name is Louie. Again, feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and then Spotify, Apple, Google, wherever you get your podcast. Pop us in the car, give us a listen. Let us know what you think of the show. Positive feedback, negative feedback is better than no feedback. So let us know what you think, and I will see you guys next time. We'll be talking very shortly, in probably a couple of days, and NBA playoffs. I want to get back to the hardwood and talk NBA, but right now I just had to get this NFL, college football stuff off the desk and talking about it. So it's going to be one heck of an NFL season and college football season. So I will see you guys next time. See y'all in a few days. Have a good one.